Ooh, parcel from VLV. This is going to be the next upgrade to the 18MZ. So let's check it out. Carbon fibre bits. Assume they're the mounts for the gimbals. Radio Master AG01s. Okay. SC throttle. Not quite sure what that means, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. So what I'm going to do is, this is a fully machined aluminium Hall censored gimbal. Oh, follows, that's got the ratchet. Okay. Wow, springs are lovely. So this is going to go into an 18MZ. These are made by Radio Master. My 18MZ that I used to fly, the gimbals are terrible. The plastic here gets jammed underneath. I've got a couple of clicks in it when I move it up on the elevator and right on aileron. So I don't know if you can see these little notches here, these little bumps. I've had to sand off the top because when I went with down elevator I used to get jammed underneath the plastic. It's a terrible gimbal. The springs are really soft despite these being the heavy duty ones. So I'm going to swap these plastic gimbals out for aluminium gimbals. Should probably mention that if you're not very comfortable in taking apart your $3,000 radio, you should probably let somebody else do it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, that's off. This one a little bit of a tug. There we go. Just be careful with these. So that must just pop off. That's what she said. Okay, down the side here is two tiny little screws, and that screwdriver's too big. Let's try this one. Okay, there we go. So there was a tiny little tiny little screw right there. There we go, don't lose that. One under the door. Hey presto, look at that. Just pop the side sliders off. There we go. So now we have access to the gimbals. You know what, I'm going to take the battery out of this before I forget. You probably want to do this first. So there we go, take the battery out. Do that before you start. So what's the next step? We've got a couple of screws in each corner, so 4 screws for the gimbal. There's a ribbon cable here. The module, I don't know if there's enough slack, but let's go ahead. Let's take more apart. Careful of this one down here by the port. Ah, okay, so let's unplug that. As for the gimbal on the throttle, being mode 2, this is obviously elevator and aileron. I think we're going to cut these later and resolder in the new gimbals anyway, so but just be a little bit careful with the plugs. I'll carry on and undo all the screws in each of the corners and come back in a minute. Okay boys and girls, back again. So while you was making coffee, all I've done is removed the screws out of the gimbal corners. So there's 4 screws, 1 in each corner. They can be a little bit tricky, so you kind of want a skinny screwdriver, especially for this one down here. For me, that's the throttle, being mode 2. And there's one hiding down here underneath this ribbon cable, tucked out of the way. So just be a little bit careful. I also just put the screw back in the top here, just to stop these from flapping around and hanging on the cables. So I don't really want to be breaking switches at this stage. So now the screws are out of the gimbals, let's pop those bad boys out. Okay, one Futaba gimbal. And the second one. Okay, so that's what's going in. The AG01 from Radio Master. Much better spring, look at that. You shouldn't be doing that, by the way, when you fly. You should be controlling your aeroplane or helicopter. Wow. And that's got heavy duty springs in, tensioned up to the max. So I'm quite surprised actually at the difference between the two. Anyway, so Mark from VLV International here in Australia has done a little bit of machining, I'd say, looking at this. I would think that would have been black from the factory, so I would say that he's modified these to suit the Futaba layout. So there's a little bit of work done by Mark here. He's done a very nice job, hence why he supplied these parts which I will have to figure out how they go. So again, looking at these, not quite sure if you can see that, but there's a step here that's been recessed. I should imagine that that's your clamp in each corner, being that that's a screw hole, and depending on the orientation of these, which I currently don't know what it is. Oh, there we go, look at that. Okay, that piece goes that side into there. That's the aileron elevator. That's the top. Okay, so recess facing outwards, you can't turn that around, won't fit. Very nice fit. And then the second one is a different shape again. Recess to the face. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's what I did. White is the aileron. I followed the white through this part to that terminal. I then did a continuity test from that pin onto each one of these cables through these pins down the bottom here, and figured out which one gives me continuity to the white. So the white went to blue, became my yellow aileron signal. Okay, so I did that for each and every one. Black was the yellow, the next pin, hence black, and there's two blacks on the Radio Master gimbal, so two blacks went to yellow. The red went to orange, red to orange, and then on the Radio Master gimbal we have the elevator signal, which went to red. And Okay, so this is a little bit fiddly. Okay, 2 reds go to an orange. Okay, so now we're left with 2 yellows. So 2 yellows are signal cables. One will go to the blue, one will go to the red. So we need to figure out which one's the aileron. The aileron is this one. Left to right, up and down. So aileron, which is this part here. That yellow cable, follow that around. Till you figure out which one it is. I think it's this one. Okay, so double check, that goes there, spirals around, comes out here, spirals around, comes out there, goes through, aileron. Okay, that's aileron signal cable. A little bit of heat shrink. Okay, nice soldered joint. So that's aileron to blue, and elevator goes to red. Awesome. One plug soldered. We'll just heat shrink those, and that gimbal's ready to go into the transmitter. Okay, so I'm quickly going to do stick calibration. With this, you now have to do it in reverse. So I've got right stick, which 0. I started, and it said yes or no. I just clicked yes. Now obviously the stick is in neutral, which is really nice, 0 0. So click neutral. It now says right bottom, but we have to do the reverse. Okay, so top left 28 28, left top, we will actually do bottom right, right stick, 0 0. Done. 0. I've done the left stick already. 100% throttle. Perfect. Can't complain at that. Look at that, sensors back to 0. Awesome. Yep, 0, 0. Calibration done.
0.
So exit out of that. We also have to do a hardware reverse, I believe. So I'm gonna do
External battery 0 volt.
J1, J2, J3 and J4. I'm going to leave the trims. I don't think that's been affected. Oh, yes.
0.
And J4, yes. Then I will turn the plane on and make sure it has all worked. So
0.
we'll see how we go. Okay, morning fellow YouTubers. This is day 2. Transmitter is finally back together. So we're going to do a quick model check. So first turn on, this is what you'll hear. Throttle position, because the throttle is reversed. So we're going to just click continue, transmit yes. Just for now. We'll check the model. Let's turn the model on. And here you will notice down elevator, or up elevator, sorry, pulling back on the transmitter stick, gives you down. Right rudder should give you left, and left gives you right, and same for ailerons. Right ailerons is left, left ailerons is right. So the way we'll fix that is system, hardware setting, hardware reverse, channel 1, reverse yes, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, return that. Now, up elevator, up elevator. Right rudder is right, and left is left, and obviously the same for the ailerons, left, right. Now next time you turn the transmitter on, the throttle won't come up with an error warning. Well, just finished flying for the weekend. Pretty impressed with the gimbals at this stage. I really like the feel on the springs. I did probably 4 or 5 flights before releasing a little bit of tension, a couple of turns, and to be honest, I've done 14 or 15 flights over the weekend, and I've now settled on the spring tension that I like. Just got to say that I purchased these from VLV International. They weren't sent to me for free, so it's not a review video, it's more of an installation. If you wish to purchase them from VLV International, contact Mark. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to send you some, and if this helps somebody with how to do the wiring, then glad I could help. The only small snag I guess I ran into, this was sent with either the wrong screws, M3s, or the transmitter had changed somewhere in manufacturing. I'm not sure, but I had to try and find some 2.5mm screws at 10 o'clock at night, so that actually took me longer stuffing around with the screws than it did to cut the wires and do the soldering. So my recommendation would be, when you pull your transmitter apart, make sure you've got the correct screws first. The original Futaba ones are too long, so you could cut 4 or 5mm off the screws, deburr them and reuse them, which is what I ended up doing. Or making sure that it's been sent, the gimbals have been sent with 2.5mm screws, not 3, because you may end up losing a bit of flying time. Right, I'm pretty happy with the gimbals. I'm going to keep flying, get some more testing done on them, and hope you guys enjoy, do the same upgrade I've done, and happy flying.